So what is WordPress and how do you use it? For starters, WordPress is what's called a content management system, which is basically a system used to manage the content of a website. Without a CMS, website owners would have to either learn how to code or ask a developer to alter the source code of the pages of their website anytime they wanted to make changes. CMSs like WordPress make it extremely easy to manage and edit a website with little to no coding knowledge. But WordPress is more than just an easy way to manage a website. It provides the actual framework for a website too. Think of a website as a house. There's the foundation, frame, and walls. Then there are the cosmetics to give each house its customized look. Now think of WordPress as the foundation, frame, and walls of your website, essentially taking care of the groundwork part of building a website. Then you, the user, can come in and customize your website in an easy-to-use interface. That's somewhat oversimplifying it, but for the sake of this intro, let's leave it at that for now. At the time of this recording, WordPress powers over 24% of the internet. When you consider there are over 1 billion websites on the internet, 24% is an impressive number. One statistic said over 74 million websites are using WordPress. These range from blogs to enterprise websites to full-blown applications. It's no exaggeration to say that WordPress has quickly become the go-to resource for nearly everyone looking to build a website, and for good reason. So the next question most people have is, how do you install WordPress so you can actually use it? Depending on how you came across WordPress in the first place, chances are you ended up on WordPress.org looking to download and install WordPress, only to find that when you click the download button on WordPress.org, you download a series of files and folders that you probably have no idea what to do with. Well, in order to understand what WordPress is and how to use those files and folders, we first have to understand how websites work. A website is essentially nothing more than a group of files or folders sitting on a server that is accessible to the public. For example, on a hosting provider server like Bluehost, GoDaddy, HostGator, etc. WordPress then is simply a set of pre-made files and folders that make up the foundation of a basic website, complete with everything you need to get started building and customizing your website, so you don't have to do the hard work of building every single file and folder of a website from the ground up. WordPress is so valuable because it essentially enables anyone with a computer and a little knowledge of how WordPress works to create a great-looking website and publish regularly to that website without the help of an expensive web developer. Now that we know what WordPress is, we can look at how to get it installed so we can start building our website. First, you'll need to purchase a domain name and hosting account from a company like Bluehost, GoDaddy, HostGator, etc. Then point your domain to your hosting account's public server. This server is where you'll put the WordPress files and folders so the public can see your new website. If that sounded complicated, don't worry. Hosting providers like Bluehost and GoDaddy thrive on customer service, and they'll gladly walk you through the entire process of setting up your domain and hosting account. If you're new to all this, I highly recommend using customer service to help you get set up in this area. Once you have your hosting account set up, there are basically two ways to install WordPress. Number one is to use an installer provided by your hosting company. This is by far the easiest and best way to install WordPress in my opinion. You'll simply log into your hosting account control panel. Again, typically this is called cPanel, Plesk, or just a link that says Manage Hosting Account. And look for the WordPress installer application. This is an application made specifically for the purpose of simplifying installing WordPress on your server. All you have to do is open your WordPress installer application, tell it which domain you want WordPress installed on, enter a user login and password, and click Install. Within a couple of minutes, it should prompt you to tell you your new WordPress install is ready to go, and you're ready to jump in and get started on your new website. The other way to install WordPress is slightly more in-depth. It involves using what's called File Transfer Protocol, or FTP. FTP is what you would use to transfer files from your computer to your public server, the one you pay for through your hosting provider. Think of this as the manual way of installing WordPress. You would start by going to WordPress.org and downloading the WordPress files directly to your computer, then use FTP client software like FileZilla to transfer the files from your computer directly to your public server from your hosting provider. Once the files are transferred, you'll then go to your phpMyAdmin from your hosting account control panel and create a new database, then create a new user. Keep up with the name of this new database and user information because you'll need it during the WordPress install. Next, you'll need to know which folder your domain is pointing to. Then once you upload the WordPress files to that folder, you'll need to navigate to your website where WordPress is actually designed to walk you through the final stages of the setup from there. It's not too bad, and WordPress makes it as easy as possible, but it can still be a headache if you're new to all this. Having said all of that, I highly recommend not going the FTP route if you can help it. Not that it's bad, it just doesn't make sense to not use the installers built specifically to solve this problem for, let's say, non-technically inclined people like myself. So that's it. At this point, you should have WordPress up and running on your website, and now you're ready for the good part, setting up and customizing your new website. Next, we'll go over what all the different aspects of WordPress do and how to use them, as well as how to customize your new site to make it your own. We're also going to cover how to set up your WordPress website with all the best online marketing practices, including search engine optimization, as well as how to link your website to your social media and email marketing accounts.